Well, here we are, everybody. We headed home. It started to rain. Video got cut a little bit short, but that's all right. Like I said, video got cut a little short, but that's all right because we are rocking and rolling. Anyway, today's video is a little bit more about how I'm looking at buying a bigger excavator and things like that. Anybody's got opinions, we appreciate it. Looking at a 200 class, either John Deere or Volvo or something of the sort. If you got ideas, I'd be appreciated. Preferably new or within a couple years old, unless it's one of those off-brand companies that carry a long warranty. I know John Deere, after 2 years, you can't extend the warranty, so need something where I can at least extend the warranty and get some service life out of it. Looking for it clearing and doing some house lots and other projects and things of the sort. But when I cue in today's video, just know that we got started on the pad, or got it pretty much wrapped up, and was doing the culvert, and it started to rain, and yeah, so the Lord's working, right? But we need it. It's been a little while since we've had rain. I will say that we'll be down there tomorrow and be wrapping that up and getting everything situated and done until it's ready to do the septic systems and the water line. So I want to thank everybody again for all the likes, the comments, and the subscriptions. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Like I said, we're getting more consistent with these videos as we move forward, and we got a couple good projects coming up. We got one that's going to take a good 3 months when it's all said and done. So again, thank y'all for the ones watching and that have subscribed, and all the new ones. Please subscribe and like the video. We like to see the channel grow, and we'll get video of it, wrapping it up tomorrow, and take it off to the next one. Thank y'all again. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are. Here back on this mower job. Got some dirt, Lordy. Got some dirt delivered, and we're going to finish getting this pad wrapped up. And then we are going to get the driveway installed today. The pad's on, but we're going to extend it out a little wider on these edges so they got room to work. Get more fuel here. But yeah, this is it. Hoping to get it wrapped up today. Really depends on rock or gravel for the driveway. If not, we'll get this thing wrapped up tomorrow. And then from there, we're just waiting on that modified permit from the septic from the county. We'll be back to get the septic installed and take it from there. Like I said, we're going to extend this about a half a bucket. That way they got plenty of room. Dirt's dry, to say the least. And as you can tell, got a bunch of crap in it. That's some chunky dirt. But backfill, so that's all that matters. When we're doing this extension, what we do is we just keep working it like yay, carrying that lift out. Just continuously track over it, get it packed in. Skid steer, it's a little soft on the edge. Just when we're extending it out, that way we'll be way past that marker right there, and we can track and pack that in solid. roll off a little bit. That'll be outside the footprint. And we'll be good. That's just this little section right here. The trucker showed up after all this, so I kind of just dumped it wherever. And there goes the falling again. I'm telling you, that is annoying. You can be with me to suffer through this. Here we go. It's one thing, machines are made of metal, but it's hard something to do with to handle the vibrations. That's vibrations or something. Let's carry it out like yay. Oh yeah, we're getting somewhere. On, we're just trying to extend it out, like I said, give them some room to work. Drag it in a little bit. Hope everybody's having a good day. How's the weather been in your neck of the woods? I know we finally starting to get a little bit of a cool front coming through. Where I live up in western North Carolina, we've already had a frost 2 days in a row, which is nice. Spoils you. Ready for the cold weather. Prefer it than this heat. For sure. Machines don't like it as much in the heat. I think they run better in the cold, and I know my body don't like the heat, Lordy. There's that first extension, and grab from this side right here. Carry it a little bit to the other side. So if you're doing dirt work, we're looking at getting purchasing a bigger hoe or excavator. Be politically correct. Right now we're looking at a John Deere, looking at a Volvo, and in the past I've rented the Sany a couple times just because that's what the rental house gave us. Truthfully, the Sanys ain't bad. Price point's good, that 5-year, 5,000 hour warranty. That's a positive. You don't have to pay extra for it, but it is a Sany. I mean, it's a solid machine. And we'll be mainly using it for land clearing operations more than anything, grubbing trees, stumps, things like that, instead of finished grade or utility digging. That's one of my complaints with the Sany. I have to look, like on the 155, it's just one pump. And that one pump, when you start using a thumb and start using walking the machine and all this other stuff, it takes a lot of it. Every time you make a movement, the machine wants to jerk. I've heard they've gotten better with the next generation that they just came out with. I don't know. Rental houses haven't updated their fleet, so I can't give my opinion on that. I'd be interested to see. I don't know if they still stick with one pump or they're going with two now. Be curious to see. Looking at a 210 John Deere Volvo 200 or a 220 Volvo, and then it'd be a 215 Sany. Even looked at Hitachis, which, anybody that knows anything about equipment nowadays, the old Hitachis and John Deere are all the same. The G model John Deeres. Spent some time on those. Those are really nice machines. I'm assuming the Hitachi hasn't changed much, except for painting their stuff orange. So I thought about the Hitachi. Haven't ran one other than a John Deere branded one. So a few people are running them around here. Got a good dealer up here. Got a dealer in Asheville, Greenville, all that. So dealer support would be good. Or let me say that. Dealer service area would be good. I don't know about the support. I know a lot of people seem to enjoy the dealer around here. So that's something we're looking at. Yeah. Got a couple decent projects coming up. Been flirting with the idea of buying a bigger machine, and I think, truthfully, we're at the point with the workflow that we can justify one. That's one reason why I kept renting the bigger machines, bought the skid steer, bought the mini. Those big machines, even a good used one, you're talking $2,500, $3,000 a month in payments. I just, I use one 200 to 300 hours a year right now. It's hard for me to justify that payment over 200 or 300 hours. When I can rent one for a month and it costs me about $50 an hour to rent it. That's with the insurance and everything. So you're talking 15 grand. Versus 30 in payments. And I know there's more to go into that because your bill rate versus your actual running rates. Your bill rate should be higher than your operating rate. Otherwise you ain't making no money. So, but I don't know. But we are looking. Truthfully, I love to have a 160 size machine. Just because my hauler, he has a triple axle pintle hitch. So my dump truck hauler does, and so it allows me to have a few more options to get somebody to haul it versus running a low boy every time. Some of these lots, like this one, we've got a couple smaller ones, other ones. We got 3 half-acre lots we'll have to clear, and that 160. It's hard to beat for 2, 3, 5 acre lots or smaller. They're not the perfect size. They got the power. Now if you start getting into some big oak trees, you might have to play with it a little bit, but overall they got the power and don't have to worry about that counterweight so much swinging. And I even looked at getting what John Deere I think is a 235 or 245, and looked at the Volvo, I think it's a 235, the zero turn, or limited tail swing. I do like those just because, especially breaking into a site, you ain't gonna scratch the machine a lot. You can clear a smaller trail. You don't have to have such a wide working width. capacities are similar. So we'll see. We just now starting to shop and look. One job I got going, or starting here soon, I'll be running a big hoe out there for about a month. And we'll figure out, we'll try to request the brand since I'm getting it for a month. Even talked to the rental company about trading it out. Let me run one brand for a little bit and then come in there and swap it out for another brand for a little bit and just see. Because once you rent a big machine for a week, you get the feel for it. You still getting used to it. Once you put 160 to 200 hours on the machine, you really get a feel for it. And, 2 weeks, that's 80 to 100 hours depending on weather. So that give me a good idea of power and let me allow to get it to mix various things. Even looked at a case. I know Let's Dig and Dirt Perfect right now, they're working with case, and I don't know. Around here in the Greenville upstate area, mixed reviews on case in general. Kind of like JCB. Junk comes from Britain. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But anyway, this is our day right now. I'm not gonna do much videoing, which this is already 15 minutes in. We're gonna get this pad finished out, and then Randy wanted to go get the culvert. We're gonna get the concrete culvert set and backfill tamped in and all that good stuff, and hopefully gravel will be here today. If not, we're gonna get the driveway cut in at the bottom part down here, and yeah, as we get to setting some of this stuff, we'll come back at you.